Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're going to be going into our third and final map of this best of three. One of these teams will be eliminated, the other will be heading through to the second stage of this tournament, the playoff stage you could say. We'll be facing off against one of the first place teams, obviously from Group A. We had Windigo, and Group C and D are yet to be played. From Group B, obviously they won't play against them, but the number one seed actually went to fours, who managed to beat Amiga and then beat Tempo Storm in that upper bracket match. While Amiga were eliminated by 3D Max, who initially actually lost to Tempo Storm, but not quite in this fashion. Tempo Storm managing to beat them on Mirage once again. Quite dominating fashion. Still not quite as dominating as the first map, which 3D Max managed to win themselves in a 16-1 fashion. Either way, we'll see which way the coin will flip. Normally when you see a team dominate their own map choice, or both teams do it the third map, the spicy decider. And of course, that means we have to end up on Inferno. Did see Tempo Storm actually lose this map versus fours just yesterday. Well, we'll get to see whether or not manage to rectify their problems. Again, we're going to see a decent amount of utility picked up by 3D Max, and RPK is going to have himself a Molotov and a Flashbang. By the looks of things, they're going to try and just rip their way through mid. They go and try and take the challenge versus these CT players. David P will just be waiting in the corner already. Jax is going to be going down. David P, a little bit of a whiff there, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. Some of his teammates have stepped up, and well, after that, they all fall. Innocent Fox and Happy with a killer piece, leaving Jinx all alone. 1 versus 3 scenario. Doesn't have a kit. I don't even think there was a kit. So the chances of him pulling this one off are slim. Try and get a kill or two. He does actually already have a smoke, so... And Kevlar. I'd rather just see him save, but... Never mind. Fox is going to close him out. It's going to be Tempo Storm taking themselves the lead. Force pipe will come in for 3D Max. Lots of utility brought up. This is something I said before, that I quite like to see the amount of utility that this team purchased, but I would rather see them save all the extra money and actually look to bring it in their buy round in round number 4. Just have all that extra utility then instead, rather than investing into the second round. But we'll see if they can pull something off. Still quite heavy in terms of the SMG presence for Tempo Storm, so a chance for them here. Innocent and Fox actually picking up the rifles though, so still have that extra firepower if necessary. Bit of aggression looking to come into middle. 4 players currently there. They've left the one defender Lucky on the other side of the map, but already the MAC 10s are going to be leading the way. RPK through the smoke, definitely looking much stronger today than what we saw yesterday. Jack's going to be chilling with the chicken. Well, RPK is going to make him feel like a bit of a cock, because it's only Lucky left. RPK's just ripped them a new one. 4 kills for him in this round. Lots of money made already. 5,950 in the bank. And this is going into what is the sort of free round for them. A chance to build up a bulk of money. So much cash to be had, and the P250. I feel like David P is one of those players who he can't not buy something. He has to invest a little bit in. Either way, stack B, and the T's are pushed all the way through A. Actually, they didn't actually go towards the A side, so they may look to wrap around. They could push straight back into the stack here. Now, the stack's not going to be anywhere near as effective with the flanks already taken, but they're still going to be pushing into a fairly hefty crossfire. The fact is, though, at the moment, it's not hefty at all. Not a single frag coming in for the CT side. In fact, it doesn't get much better than that as an early round start. Look at the amount of money that's currently in for the T side, and I will not be surprised to see them go for a fully fledged bonus round here. David P, a man after my own heart, will pick up the XM. See what they can do with these SMGs. Looking like it is going to be a faster play over towards the site. Leg shot hit onto RPK, but he's not stopping. The tank continues rolling. And while quickly, it's looking like the CT side are going to dispatch of their opponents. Only Fox and Happy left. The XM even chiming in with a kill. An extra $900 for Mr. P. Well, at least find one. Be able to get Jinx. Could actually put a rifle into his hands. So that's at least something for him to play with. Not the most ideal of rifles. Back up. Oh. That is going to be 3-1. They're on the board, but this is where the big buy comes back. Tempo Storm, in fact, with the amount of money they've made over the last few rounds, they can actually buy into the next one as well. RPK will be sat on 10 grand and can definitely help them bail out if needed. Fact is, though, now 3D Max do have a full buy. A little bit of extra money, not anything too crazy, but got everything they desire. Heli Nade's not going to achieve too much. In fact, absolutely nothing. Although that one's going to do a decent amount. Fox burning down to 22, and they take the first 2 kills. CT side aggression paying off in the end. Back are also going to get another one. Well, there's no trade to be had. It's close from Happy, but not quite enough. The tank left alone. No cavalry behind it. Wow. He just hold on to his weapon. He can drop an AWP anyway if he really wanted to. Still has a decent amount of utility. By the looks of things, he may have just got a little bit bored. 30 seconds left on the clock. All 5 players currently standing for 3D Max. This would be a superb round for them. They can do it with everybody surviving. Continuous push, just looking to try and find a couple of kills before the end of the round. RPK will take down Jax, but not really anything to write home about, and it is going to be 3-2. 3D Max very quickly onto the board, but as said, actually still buy here on the T side. Interesting that we're actually just going to go for a half buy. But a lot of the players have actually spent more money than they're going to get back. Now, the buy that they have is not a particularly bad one. And with a bomb plant, they can still purchase into the next round. But interesting that they haven't just opted for the force. Now, the CT side still yet to build up a huge amount of money. They are going to continue with their aggression. And by the looks of things, the T's once again are going to try and force the issue over towards this A site. Lots of utility. A proper setup being thrown in. Damage is done, but actually now it's left onto Maka with the AWP, and he's going to miss the shot. Tries to fall back to the pistol, and the pistols on the other side are the ones doing the work. David P left in the corner, and a few low players with Jinx pushing back in through the short angle. Bomb plant, as said, already a success, and this is now a chance to at least keep them honest. The question is, do they have enough to actually win the round? Innocent certainly thinks so, doing damage with that AWP, but eventually Jinx is there to put him down. Still, all in all, not a bad round from them. They make pretty much all of the money back that they spent, and some in the terms of how much Fox can have. And they also take down a few players along the way on the other side. So, yeah, I would say that investment was definitely justified for Tempo Storm. The question is now, can they act upon it? The value of keeping your opponent's economy low is only really a factor if you actually reset them along the way. Still, not going to have an AWP. I think they could have dropped one. Happy still left with 1900 left in the bank. Obviously, on the T side of this map, it can be understandable not picking up an AWP. And on the other side of things, T2, both Maka and Lucky. And actually, Lucky, I'd say, is a pretty damn good secondary AWP for this team. Impressed me so far. Well, that's going to be Jinx finding the opener here. E side once again. Looking like they're setting up towards this A site. They have had some success so far, but PT side looking to bolster their defense, and actually the aggression from Jax into the apartments is going to give them a second opener. RPK try and lead the charge through, but they are just getting bogged down here. Fox already down to just 10 HP, and David P still waiting on the other side of things. They really are just running the clock low. In fact, I think they pretty much run out of time here. They're going to have to just switch up the pace, go running in towards the AWP of Lucky, who is going to have himself a free shot and not going to miss that one onto Fox. The incendiary even kept so late into the round. Well, that's it, done. And Innocent doesn't really have a choice but to save his weapon, and that is going to leave the economy of this team actually quite disjointed. 2,900 will go into the bank accounts of the remaining players. I do have to say that it doesn't matter too much, as they will get the max loss bonus into the next one anyway. So Innocent will still be able to buy. But actually, I'm going to invest a fair bit more. Now, as said, 3,400 into the accounts. Even RPK can still buy an AK-47 in the next round. And every kill he gets will contribute to his utility. All in all, this can still look to be a damaging buy. Still the double AWP setup. It's in. There we go. A site again. It does seem to be where Tempo Storm are favoured at the moment. Jax ready and waiting. Doesn't manage to get himself the kill. David P tagged very low indeed as well. Once again, looking like there should be a bomb plant here for the T side. So, again, that's enough. That's enough to make sure they get a buy. All going to be juggled around. Maka, obviously the healthier of the two players. Gives David P a bit more of a chance. Innocent, ducking and weaving. Actually goes back for the peak and he is going to lose his life. Now it's back to the same scenario as before. Two players sat in towards the corners. Already Maka clears out one. The second will be done as well. Nice retake from 3D Max, giving themselves a 5th round. But as said, bomb plant is enough that Tempo Storm can come back with a better buy into the next round. Fox doesn't hesitate to get his AWP. A counter that I think is necessary. Here we go, though. Rushing out in towards the apartments. 3D Max looking to try and switch up their strategy a little bit. Maybe catch Tempo Storm off guard. He's going to do a small amount of initial damage. Maka going to do a large amount of initial damage. HS losing his head very early on. Well, without finding these opening picks, we haven't seen so much from Tempo. So they had a great early few rounds. Fox will actually manage to find the kill onto the only man over towards the B side. Jinx is going to have to go on a rotation. Now, luckily for them, they haven't actually gone pushing, and he does have an incendiary. Now, that could be the most valuable thing that we see at this point from the CT side. If he can throw that in and just deny any sort of plant, he can at least slow things down. Peek out from Innocent is a good one, though, and actually, we're just going to see Jinx go on a suicide mission. Running straight through a smoke, completely unnecessary. As said, he had the utility to slow them down. Maka does find happy as he attempts to peek. Maka, well, taking his time a little bit, but eventually he's just waiting for his teammate. Got 3 kills so far in this round. It will be Fox and Innocent looking to try and defend this one. Incendiary will go in towards the back lines, but it's dark where Fox currently sits, and that's such a powerful position for an AWPer, but doesn't seem to matter because Maka is going God mode at the moment. Innocent will be able to take him down, but David P's going to try and bait him into the open. He does, but Innocent finds the kills anyway. A 4 apiece for Maka and Innocent, but the round is going the way of Tempo Storm. Maka currently 13-5. Question is now, can Tempo Storm actually build into this one? Will it just be the straight up reset? A hefty investment for 3D Max. They're going straight back in with that double AWP setup. Maka once again. This guy really is going strong. Innocent with a much more aggressive stance to the round this time, and he's not going to be picking up 4 kills, so somebody else is going to have to step up. Once again, we're going to see deep banana control being taken by 3D Max. Actually, Tempo Storm haven't had that much of a counter to this just yet. A lot of it has been more trying to challenge over towards that A site. Because of that, 3D Max have been able to gamble. They've been able to take so much more control. This round still only with 3 players on that A site. Again, we're seeing delayed utility usage. Nice start from Jinx. He can only get 1. But Lucky will find another through the wall. Look at this one. Maka, that might be a little bit over audacious as he's now been caught. Jack's still waiting. Position is so valuable, but he's been spotted by Happy. He jumps up, though, and gets the kill. That's surprising, to say the least. And, well, RPK wants to hunt this man down, but David P is there to save him. Defend his teammate. Do lose an AWP, but more importantly, on the other side of things, Tempo Storm have lost their economy. No cash in the attic. Already though, David P this time with the aggression. Takes the early fight, has Jax to support him as well. Fox trying to be surprising, and well, he'll be surprised to find that didn't work. HS desperately trying to do some damage, but will fail. And while the force buy from Tempo Storm has failed as well. Nothing really available to be invested. Although RPK did have a little bit of extra cash, he could have saved that to invest into an AWP next round. However, this is once again where 3D Max can really look to build into this game. Jax once again is going to kick things off, and taking a very aggressive fight is David P. A triple kill and a flawless round for 3D Max. Cash, money being built up and starting to become a little bit reminiscent of the first map. They are going to see a pause called. Tactical one called by Tempo Storm, so they are still looking to try and slow things down a little bit. Pause. Going to be ended. Pretty Max with pretty much enough cash they should be able to buy until the end of the half. Now we look more favourably towards that T side. They have themselves the money this time. No AWP for Fox, but we'll be with the AK instead. This. A couple of early nades going to go down. Nobody there, so won't actually do any damage, but definitely interesting. I like to see some stuff like that tested. Jack's also going to be left boosted. Now, this can work wonderfully, or it can end up with both players dead. We'll just have to wait and see which one it's going to be on the other side of the map, though. I've actually seen a kill come in. Let's see. Is this going to work for Jax? Yes, it is. Magnificently. In fact, they take down 3 players. The boost is perfect. The one kill that came in from HS now seems dormant. Lucky, though, taking a fairly wide angle. Actually, is he going to go back for the repeat? He's playing confidently, but he is going to be traded out. Flashbang thrown. Nice shot from HS. Again, not normally a man we expect to AWP, but brought this back into a 1v2. Going to run into Jax, who's just ready and waiting for him. Can't quite connect the shots. It's just going to be falling back a little bit further. Spotted out by his opponent, but Jax will take the kill. 3 for him in the round. 9-4 in favor of 3D Max. Now the T's once again are left in a little bit of trouble. Of course, this is the elimination game. Well, the decider, but basically one of them gets eliminated, one of them goes through. Storm left. Not too much in terms of cash for this round, so just going to save it to make sure they can buy into the next one. They will have max loss bonus, so at least for the last, they'll have all the trimmings. Once again, the T side going to try and brute force their way in towards this site. Mac is going to try and pad his stats, but actually almost gets caught out. Does manage to get round the corner and gets a second as well. Fact is, this is just a field day for the CT side. HS. Gonna try and make things a little bit interesting here. Does spot out Jinx. Find a kill. Rifle into his hands. Tries to get past Macca's orb, but well, nobody's really been doing that so far. 18 and 7. Now heading into the last round of the half. And be a little bit extra here for Tempo Storm. Again. Get a little bit of aggression. A little bit of a fight taken on Banana. He's falling back just to try and avoid all of those nades. Jax is going to be playing a little bit of an off angle, which can be quite difficult. Minute left on the clock. He's yet to gain too much space, but they have baited out a lot of the utility. Still a couple of smokes for them to play with, and Lucky is going to kick things off with the orb. Still taking very confident fights in towards Banana. Rotation already called, so he really is feeling confident. Just going to go back for more and finds it as well. David P going to make things even more difficult with the fight coming in from behind. Well, they're sort of stuck in a pincer here. HS does manage to find one, but that may be all she wrote, as it is going to be 11-4 half. A nice resurgence, and really only a single round brought in by Tempo Storm. You remove that pistol victory, and it really isn't a good stead for them at all. Match. Going to be paused, technical. Doesn't look we've had too much of a rise of ping, so hopefully it's something that can be sorted out. Obviously, we had real problems for them yesterday when Innocent lost power. Actually, I do believe saw RPK actually drop out for a round as well. Looking like we're going to be swiftly underway. Wait. Gonna see any utility board up. HS, the only one who can. Just full Kevlar. Straight up aim battles. A smoke and a Molotov for David P, who has been heavy fragging in this one. 13 and 6 at the moment. Look at the aggression already from Fox. Has to be careful not to be caught out. Has the support of RPK. But this is crunch time for the CT side. They lose the pistol here, and they are fighting an uphill battle. If the conversions come in, it will pretty much be forced by City, and maybe a singular buy for Tempo Storm. They win the pistol, get the follow-up rounds, and they're only 4 rounds behind. So both of those scenarios are lifetime away. Fox trying to find the opener. May not have realized that one of his opponents has already crossed towards the site. RPK left in the pit. Will be Molotov out. Does manage to find one before he goes down. And are they actually going to clear the position of Happy, who's just been left hiding in the back lines? He finds one from behind, but doesn't quite manage to connect the remaining shots. And we'll still leave this into a 3 versus 3. Now, bear in mind, there is not a kit here. So the CT side have to move very quickly indeed. HS and Innocent, the Penta boys. Gotta try and get back into this site. Spot out Jinx. Macker up above is going to be the bane of his life, but... Oh, I don't know what's happened here. HS just waiting patiently, actually goes back and does manage to find himself a shot. The fact is, though, the bomb ticking away. He needs to go in, and although he'll hit the second shot onto Jax, Jinx is there to close it. 12 and 4. Forced by... Now becomes aim here for Tempo Storm. Again, no one really stepping up, and when you got someone like Maka going 20 and 8 on the other side of things, been working too well for Tempo Storm. Let's see if they can at least win themselves this force buying. Get right back on the horse. B-side though, they're going to try and just go brute forcing in towards A. They got themselves those SMGs. Rifle is going to be retrieved onto Maka as well. Still 2 players on the site that they've got to deal with. Trying to play those closer range angles. Happy's actually going to be able to pick off one. Actually, RPK's managed another. This may be about to go back in the other direction. Especially now the HS are looking to come in from behind, and Maka has to do it all on his own. He has managed to find himself a first. However, seems like there's far too much to do, and it will be a return from Tempo Storm. They managed to win the round with pistols. The SMG risks shown again. Be a singular rifle there. Either way, 3D Max not going to give this one up just yet. They will be investing into this round. Maybe Maka will save a little bit of extra money to try and afford his AWP. Actually, I don't think he has. I think they've all fully invested. Full belief. CT's a little bit safer with their buy, picking up a couple of extra rifles alongside the one that was actually saved. Ready though. HS. Let's manage an opener. Actually, they're looking like they're going to clean this one up without too much trouble. Jax and Maka, the only 2 remaining. Nice shot from Jax, though. It definitely looks like he's individually talented. No doubt about that. Not going to be checking for RPK, though. The tank will shut him down. 6 rounds the difference. But the finances is where 3D Max currently have the problems. This round is where it's just Glocks. An attempt do a bit of damage. The dream of getting a bomb down. Isn't already looking to go aggressive. The saved Mac 10. Well, by the looks of things, they're just going to try and sneak their way through the apartments. Get as close to that bomb site as humanly possible. Question is, how many will Happy kill? I'm going to go with 2. I guess it's 2. First one goes his way. Second one, oh, he gets 4. Never mind. Looking for that ace. I couldn't have been more wrong. Happy shuts things down. It is only an eco, but it's still a nice little padding to his stats. But now we get to see the buy. Can 3D Max quickly enter this scoreboard once again? Or are we now going to see Tempo Storm bring this one back? They built up quite a lot of cash, and by the looks of things, they are going to still go for a little bit of a bonus round. Obviously, in the next round, they can, well, buy like quad orbs if they really wanted to. Question is, can Tempo Storm at least just do damage in this round? Or steal it away? Fact is, HS certainly thinks so. He's already managed to find that opening pick. Maybe caught reloading though, but the flashbang is good. HS will pick up a second kill already in this round. And escapes. A very good start from him. He is starting to build into this one. 16 to 15, definitely a man with a supreme amount of talent. Jax, however, is still causing them problems. He seems to be enough for one. Wraparound being attempted. David Pete. Trying to be a bit sneaky here. Fact is, it seems like RPK is more than aware of the risk. The clock ticks down. 3D Max are going to have to make their move. The problem is one of their players tagged down to just 16 HP and the other, well, has the bomb. With nobody presenting themselves, it seems like the T's are going to have to do it the hard way. Find those opening kills, and can't say I'm a believer at this point. Jack's going to go down. David P tries to fight it alone, and it's going to be a successful trade. 12 to 4, or 12 to 8, sorry. 4 rounds the difference. Once again, the T's only going to be able to invest a bit into pistols. Can't afford much more than that. Already, Jax managed to find Happy, though. There should be a weapon into their hands. A rifle onto the T's. They went quite heavy into this one, but with max loss bonus coming up into the next. T's already starting to dwindle. Need this now, and Jax is going to get himself a second. He has stepped up already. Dies through the smoke, though. Quick trade, and the aggression of HS may be punished here. That's actually opened up the B site completely, or at least split it. RPK is going to be the sole defender of A as well. Has managed himself a first. David P looking to be a bit sneaky, but not sneaky enough. The tank removes him from action and in fact shuts down all three. A sketchy round from Tempo Storm, but RPK does enough. Now 12 to 9. The T's can get themselves a big bolstered buy. It's been 5 rounds in a row for the European mix. Lucky. Oh, looking to try and take a little bit more aggression over towards this B side of the map. There's actually 3 players here this time. CT side have read this well. Hot flash doesn't quite work out, and the CT is going to try and return. HS again gets the opener for his team. They are going to be able to successfully fall back. Okay, they took some damage, but not anything to write home about. Still looking to find a way back into this one, but the fact is, really, it's just been Jax actually managing to get them kills. Everybody else has been struggling, but David P will hit the timing well. The question is, are they going to be able to remove the rain players from the site? RPK so low, gets tagged out of there, and, well, it is left on to just Happy to try and save it. The other two players of the team don't even move. Site. Nope. If we don't look, nothing's happening. 3D Max, they're going to get their 13th after a long break from the board. But the fact is, could all just be a reset. And then Tempo Storm are only a round or two away from actually being level pegging. If they manage to reset this one, they will keep themselves a couple of players. Not that they really need to, as they still have plenty of money to purchase into the next. They can get an AWP onto Fox, who been fairly quiet so far. You normally expect CT side to be where your AWP shines. CT side has only just begun for Tempo Storm. Fact is, though, was it all just a waste of time getting themselves back in? Will 3D Max just actually end this here and now? Gamble taken by Tempo Storm. Fox going to be alone, and he's caught. And that's a big problem early on. They've got to scurry back towards the B site. There are no defenders anymore. Smoke going to be going down. CT side, again, going to have to make the call to back off here. Looks like they somewhat are. The fact is, the T's haven't actually taken the site. Listen, we'll find that out, and the round can just go back to how it was before. Still going for this heavier stack over towards the A site. Seems though the Innocent is going to have to pull off some sort of marvel of a play. Started off well though, that's a double kill. The third man running through the smoke's been spotted, but actually Innocent's going to try and play this smart. Sneaking back through, has actually ended up behind them. That could be a third kill, but he doesn't quite manage it. Gets it with the deagle instead, and spamming through, tries to deny the bomb plant. Innocent has pulled off a big play. Now David P and Jinx have to try and return in suit. 4 players left on the other side. Bomb ticking away though. Don't have much utility to get themselves back into this one. Smoke will go down. A couple of flashbangs across. Jinx is ready and waiting, but he can't hit anything. It's left onto David P, who can't do anything either. It's Innocent with the ace. All 5 kills to save them in this round, and that is one hell of a play. One hell of a round from the pole. That is exactly what Tempo Storm needed. There is still enough cash that 3D Max can throw in a buy. But this map is definitely not done just yet. It looked like it. Such a dominant first half coming out from 3D Max, excluding the pistol. Only 1 round went way of Tempo Storm. But well, since then, the same can be said for 3D Max. Players step up like that. Fox. Ready finds the opener. Maka, who's still top fragger for his team, goes down. The T side just going to try and force the issue on towards this B site. HS goes down, and guess what? It's down to Innocent once again, and already he kicks things off with a kill through the smoke. He can't get the ace this time. One of his teammates has already helped out. CT side once again into a strong retake position. The bomb plant will help at least give 3D Max something in the future rounds if they aren't able to pull this one off. Jax can't quite hit anything, but eventually gets himself a kill. Now he's all that's left, and again, RPK is the one to push back in and finish off this round. 13-11, the comeback continues. He's just left with pistols once again. Max starting to crumble under the pressure. Of course, this is an elimination match. One of these teams will not continue in this qualifier. Fox again finds the opener. Second frag as well. While he's got teammates help to try and shut down the remainder. Lucky and David P do manage a couple with the CZ though, and Fox low enough that he isn't going to risk taking the fight, so it will be a bomb plant, and that's going to be enough to confirm a decent buy, but it shouldn't be possible now as David P is caught into the open. And how did that happen? No scope misses. Lucky's now been given an AWP, and that gets way too close. It's left to Innocent once again to close out the round. Tempo Storm almost throwing that one away, but they do continue the streak. AWP saved, and 12 rounds now on the board. Once again, 3D Max are going to have a buy of their own, and they are starting to do some damage to that economy on the CT side, but not anything to write home about. Actually, they're going to take themselves a pause. Imagine of a tactical nature. Yep, Maka will confirm. Go. 13-12. East side have taken a moment to talk things over. So far, they've managed one buy round on the board, and other than that, they won the pistol. Definitely be kicking themselves if they don't put this game to bed. Bear in mind, this was a 12-4 scoreline. Now we're down a much closer scenario. Innocent, once again, he really has stepped up in the second half. 21-12, and well, make that 22. Don't even get to finish the sentence before he adds another kill to his tally. Now, well, second on the server. Maka definitely slowing down. Fox does miss himself a shot. Has to be careful he's not overwhelmed. This time we'll be able to back around the corner. Time is ticking. 35 seconds left on the clock. Bomb's going to try and make its way over towards the other side of the map. This is just... well, this is a last-ditch effort, to say the least. trying to get this bomb down, you're basically hoping that Innocent makes a mistake, which, well, he just hasn't been. Smoke actually going to go the other side. Are they going to try and double back? No, just save. Well, one of them's going to save. Jinx is going to run into the site. I think 3D Max may have just lost the plot here, because it seems like two different players with two completely different ideas. David P trying to come up with late ideas of throwing smokes into the site. One player saving, one player running in. Like, need to have some sort of synergy here. And while we're at 13-13, 9 of the last 10 rounds have gone the way of Tempo Storm. And then are 3 away from getting through and eliminating 3D Max. Been a long fight back. Bear in mind, they were 12-4 down in this map. They lost the first map 16-1. It hasn't been a simple ride for Tempo Storm. But they're now in a pretty good position. Aggressive push coming in from Lucky. Gonna find anything early in this round. Already Happy will kick things off onto Jack. Even he started to go a bit quiet. He was one of the players on this T side who actually was having a level of impact, but can't say that over the last few rounds. T side looking to aggress. Innocent is going to catch David P on the rotation. Looking like they're about to try and explode out of the apartments. Don't have the bomb. Hot flash will go in. Happy left completely blind, but even still manages to help out RPK. And the French tag team will leave it on to just Mac. A flawless round from Tempo Storm. Every single player be surviving. Gonna see another pause called in from 3D Max, but well, it has not been a good T side, that's for sure. Talk has ended. Well, the talk has to end as well. There needs to be action from 3D Max. It has not been enough from them on the T side. 12-4, they won the pistol. If they'd got the conversions, they could be sitting already 14 rounds, and then they would have only needed a couple. Still only need 3, but we haven't seen anything from them in the last few rounds. Innocent's been the star of the show. RPK's up there with him, and it doesn't seem like the CTs have a weak link anymore. Maybe a couple of mistakes from Fox, but those can be forgiven. The only thing that matters at the moment is who comes out on top in the server. Already 5 seconds burnt away on the clock. The T's yet to really take too much control. They're going to try and finally get Banana, but it just seems like too little too late, and we're still having some utility being kept. 30 seconds left now as they look to try and double back. They have baited a rotation over away from this A site. There's going to be the French duo looking to try and hold on to this, but the CTs have now gone for information. The fact is, it may be too little too late. They've got to hope that Happy can do something here over the top of the smoke. It's just going to be sat up there, waiting patiently. RPK on the site will manage to find himself one with Fox to combine. Happy burning down, but the tank does enough, and even though they baited the CT side into staying on B, the time was wasted by the tank, and Happy there to help him out. 15-13, 1 round needed for Tempo Storm to pull off the comeback from 12-4 down. Goes from 13-9 down as well, but not quite as impressive a stat. They are now 1 round away. The buy that's coming is not a particularly good one. The T's are going for the last-ditch effort. Well, at least they were. It looked like they were going to try and rush in towards the B site. Second Incendiary going to be expended as Jinx will start to burn. Flashbang actually does its job, but they will at least hold on to control for now. Further utility being expended, and actually problems starting to arise, but Innocent still doing his job wonderfully. He gets his 2nd kill. His 25th overall. He has had a superb CT side, but he will get wrecked this time. Fox is going to have to run as quickly as his little legs can carry him. Is he going to meet the timing? Yes, he is, even through the wall. Both. Leave him without much vision. Ray going to be coming through, gives some info over, but they're going to actually commit to the rotation. The fact is, there isn't much of a push coming in. Happy will double back around. 35 seconds left on the clock. Are going to go pushing into Happy, and he doesn't manage to connect. He does a lot of damage, so he's at least set his teammates up, but the bomb will be planted. 3D Max may not be out of this just yet. Fox is going to be first on the scene. There is actually quite a significant gap in that smoke. Molotov going to be going over. Jax to make sure that's nowhere near him. And actually, David P in the pit is left. Not with his weapon of choice, that's for sure. Smoke not really onto the bomb, but Fox has already taken down one. It's left all onto David P to try and save this for his team. Missed shots. It's left onto the 1v1, and Fox has got him down to just 2 HP. But he can't quite find him. Eventually will get the final kill, and it is going to be Tempo Storm eliminating 3D Max and taking themselves through to the next stage of the tournament. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the cast, you can always type !caster. That will lead you to my Twitter. And I hope that you come back over the next few days for Group C and D. Either way, that is it for tonight. See you soon.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.